Hi friends, strangers, internet. My name is Emily Hanhan. I love colorful eyeshadow and colorful language. You may not get both of those in every video, but if you do, don't be surprised. Just to address the big elephant in the room, my hair is cut. I buzz my hair. I want to give a big supportive shout out to Lacey at Spooky Lips and Fat Hips because she inspired me to buy clippers and just do it myself. This is only the second time I've done it. I did it the first time around 5 months ago, and I just realized that I didn't do YouTube then. So that's this current situation. It always takes me a good month to get to a point where I'm like, oh yeah, I did it. This is awesome. Yeah. But, you know, confidence is a process. So today we have the second edition of New Makeup Nonsense, the fun bingo makeup game that Theresa is Dead and I are doing, and that everyone is welcome to do. First of all, if you've never watched one of our New Makeup Nonsense videos, it's basically makeup bingo. We have a bingo card made up with some of the most popular and obnoxious trends in makeup and skincare releases, and we go through some releases that we've pulled together, and we play bingo and talk about the products and talk about if we want them or not, or just generally talk shit about them. Every time we get a spot on the bingo card, we take a drink. So I'm gonna do something a little bit different. If you don't follow me on Instagram, which I hope you will, my handle is omnivorous, like omnivorous with an N in front. I have like 10 years ago, I started food blogging, and food was kind of my like entryway into social media. And I thought I would show you a little bit of my culinary side on camera. So we're gonna do a little cocktail mixing. Super simple. I have my favorite vodka. I have homemade rhubarb syrup and the most delicious grapefruit seltzer that I love. So I am a weird human being and I do not own a shot glass, so I'm going to use a measuring cup and just do a slightly generous 2-ounce pour. According to Mr. Google, just did a Sandra Lee pour there. I did about a half cup. That's not how much I want. According to Mr. Google, a shot glass is 1.5 ounces. So I'm not far off. I'm doing an equal amount of the rhubarb syrup. By the way, I actually have a recipe for this. I do recipe development for Local Roots, which is a New York City based CSA. But the recipes are up for anyone across the world. I'll have them also linked in the down bar. I always say down bar. It's not, it's the description box. It's not the description bar, it's not the down bar, but I'll have it linked down there. I have a large tumbler with lots of ice. And I'm just topping it with soda. Mix it up, and you have a pretty pink drink. I am going to cheers to Theresa. She just reached 10,000 subscribers today, and she's an amazing human being. Cheers to her. I might do a little Instagram post, or I'll just put it in the description box, what this like grapefruit rhubarb vodka soda thing is. So that'll be fun to just blend together a little bit more my world, because I'm coming to the realization that like my social media is me, and if you don't like that, you don't have to follow, but if you do, welcome. Okay, we're gonna get into makeup stuff. I have my laptop right here because that's really the only way I'm able to manage all the different components of this game on camera, so hopefully it's not too distracting. And then we'll have the products here. We pulled a mix of about 34 different things to talk about. Hopefully not talking about all of those today, but basically what I'm doing is putting in numbers 1 through 34 in random.org and pulling numbers, and that will dictate the order in which I talk about stuff. So the first release up is something I really don't care about super strongly. This is the Burt's Bees skincare launch. Everything seems to be in the $20 price point, which my main thought on this is that it seems a little expensive for what I think of when I think of drugstore skincare. but I also really like buying non-drugstore skincare, so I might just be out of the loop. If I'm spending $20 on something that I can't touch or feel or test beforehand, then I'm probably just gonna skip it. But that's me. Like I said, if you are a drugstore skincare buyer and this seems totally reasonable, let me know. Affirming seems to be the theme. Serum, moisturizing cream, eye cream, and day lotion that are all firming, and then a dark spot corrector with vitamin C. I don't know. Is anybody interested in this? I'm kind of whatever about it. So the next product up, this one. So it looks like the Sugar Rush brand that's owned by Tarte is coming out with a bee or honey themed eyeshadow palette. So, I mean, it's cute in theory, I have to say. Like, I'm a yellow loving bitch, so like instantly I'm like, kind of interested in it. And they have the gimmick of the honeycomb shaped eyeshadow palettes, but then it also looks like it looks like the gold could be almost a pressed glitter. I don't know. And then Theresa and I talked about this a little bit before recording a couple days ago, feeling like, well, why does this have to be the Sugar Rush line? Like, I'm not as torn about that. I just feel like if Tarte's gonna do this thing, they should just do it. Like, we let Too Faced do like the glitter blowjob masks and, you know, pomegranate blushes. So the Tarte like kiddish side and regular Tarte, like I don't know. I don't really care. It's like all one and the same to me. I'm not that drawn to buying like colorful eyeshadow from a lot of mainstream brands. So, and it's probably gonna be priced in a way that I don't want to pay for, but I'll keep an eye out for it. I think I'm gonna give this one major copycat vibes, because especially with that gold being a pressed glitter, it's giving me a little bit of a honey vibe, and I think that ColourPop beat them to the punch. So I'm gonna make a judgment call and give them copycat vibes. And I didn't forget drinks to major copycat vibes. Whew. Yeah, it's a little potent. So the next product up is from 90s Baby Cosmetics. This is the Summer of 2001 palette. So first things first, we have pressed glitter in a palette. That gets another drink. Second thing, so this palette is 16 shades. It's $25, and it's all very bright colors. But it's basically a slightly like offbeat rainbow palette in my book. I mean, I love colorful palettes, so it doesn't make me angry, but I also just don't love pressed glitters in my palettes. And I would totally be willing to try some pressed glitters. But the concept more of like, honestly, what ColourPop is doing, where you can buy them as singles, or a little like quad. Oh, I want to try those Pixie pressed glitters. That's what I want to try. But they don't sell those in store. I think they're only selling them online. So like a little separate like quad of just the pressed glitters, I would be down for. But in a palette, I'm not interested in. This is a common theme whenever I talk about new releases. If I see a bunch of positive reviews about this brand, that will increase my interest, but I don't know that brand pretty much at all. And $25 is not a terrible price point, but it's also not something I'm just ready to give over my money, especially when I'm not really inspired. Long story short, like, it's cute and it's colorful, but I don't want it. Okay, so this is the Essence and PacMan Collection. I don't understand the revival of PacMan collections. be honest, the Wet n Wild one, if Wet n Wild had not been so messy lately with whatever they're doing in China and making it non-cruelty free in my eyes, I would have given them my money. This collection just doesn't inspire me in the same way that that one did. So the full collection, just to review, because I'm trying to be better in this video to talk through everything: highlighters, eyeshadow palette, blush palette, eye mask, brush, and lip balm. I think that the lip balm and eye mask, I don't care about. The brush is nowhere near as cute as what Wet n Wild did, unfortunately. And then the eyeshadow palette is like a basic neutral palette. What's going on there? Like, I'm confused. I'm majorly confused. Like, I think that the blush palette is nice, and I think that Essence makes some really nice drugstore blushes, but the eyeshadow palette confuses me so much. And I heard that they based the eyeshadow palette off of colors in the original game, but then the packaging that they show looks like the normal colors that we've seen, like the blues, the reds, the pink, the yellow that you saw like in the Wet n Wild collection. I don't know. It's weird to me that PacMan would just go with this with two releases so close together. It's confusing to me. Just confusing. Oh, I'm so happy this number got pulled. Okay. So the next product up is the KoolAid makeup new palettes. Oh my god. Sorry. They really excite me, and like, okay, so I literally need to calm myself down. So here's the thing with KoolAid makeup. I bought their 3 Futurism palettes, and while they're not like, so the matte formula in there is not my top favorite. The shimmers are perfect, like just gorgeous, lovely. They excite me. Yet when I see these palettes, I'm like, you listen to the critiques and you came out with more. So like, the main critique that I had and that I saw across the board was that the first 3 palettes had a lot of duplicate colors. And the next thing that like my color loving brain started thinking about was that these palettes coordinate with the 3 original beautifully from what I can see. The pink shimmer paired with the Astro Pink palette, the like, I'm just super excited about them. Do I need both of these palettes in my life? No. Do I think that I'm gonna buy it because the packaging and the colors just speak to me, like, and I want to support the brand? Yes, yes. I think they're both gonna be $24. That was the cost of the palettes in the original set. $48 for those 2 palettes does feel a little pricey, but I'm probably gonna do it because I'm just, here's the thing. If KoolAid keeps doing this style of packaging and this size of packaging with interesting color stories, I think that they are setting trends that other indie and mainstream brands will have to follow. But I am going to give that one palette to KoolAid, It's a Rainbow palette spot, because it is a rainbow palette. Like, you don't have blue or you don't have purple, but that's pretty rainbow to me. So the next products up have such gorgeous packaging and look so fun and festive. This is the Rodin, I think Rodin Oleoluso is the whole brand name. And they have it's like a summer collection that has lipsticks, an illuminating liquid, illuminating powder, and body oil. Oh, and a whole skincare discovery set. And face cream. It's a lot of stuff. And this is a luxury brand. Like, the lipsticks are $38 each. The body oil is $90. Whew. I don't have a budget for any of these products, but they are beautiful, and I'm just gonna give them that, I guess. I mean, there's no, yeah, I don't think that they hit the bingo card anywhere. This is one of those brands where I'm like, okay, this is a luxury brand that if I get to a point in my life where I can spend $120 on a skincare set, I will give them my money and see how the products work for me, because they have color, and to me that's so exciting, and I hope to never lose that excitement for color. I hope. So the next product up, I'm only going to quickly talk about. It's the Zoeva foundation that I think has only been sneak peeked. Supposedly it's coming to Sephora, although that might only be Sephora International, because I don't think Zoeva is on the US Sephora site. There's 44 shades, so I hope it's a good shade range. There's no information about the formula, nothing like that. Cool, another foundation release. I just don't really care. So, speaking of another sneak peek, I know I said it in the last video, but fucking holiday releases. They're already sneak peeking holiday releases. Haley from Beauty News said it best, and I feel like she just said, fuck off. I'm saying it like a New Yorker. She said it with an Australian accent, but fuck off, brands. I don't want to hear about holiday releases. And yet I added this to the collection because I was like, fucking Too Faced. They have a gingerbread man bronzer and some kind of lipstick coming out. Yeah, fuck off, Too Faced. Fuck off holiday releases. Like, no, it's August. Like, give me a break. So the next products up are these new Fenty Beauty sneak peeks. Now, they've already shown a bit more of the foundation. This is an older picture from Trend Mood that I'm basing this off of. They're releasing hydrating foundations in the same like range of shades. That's very exciting. I think Hannah from Smoky Glow was talking about this. And I agree. I really want to see Fenty do a BB cream, a CC cream, a tinted moisturizer. Like, just do it. Just please. Like, give me one that's maybe good for more oily skin, so it's not super dewy, but it's more dewy than like their matte foundation. Like that's what I want next. And this is a cool release. I think that they're being thoughtful about complexion, and that to me is like, I gotta give them props for that. There was also, so this sneak peek is from a video that they released about expanding into some different Asian markets, Hong Kong and I think Seoul and a few other major cities. And there was some products in there that look like they might be blush highlight duos. I'm looking at it again and thinking that might have just been their highlighters, but if they are releasing like blush highlighter duos, yes, please, thank you. Just, I mean, I've bought so many blushes lately and gotten a couple as gifts, and I'm always drawn to highlighters, so like, yes. And I've used the Fenty highlighter before. I've used a two-sided one, like basically till it's almost finished. So I know I generally like their formula. Both the side that's more sheeny and the one that's more glittery. Just any brand that's gonna bring out more like face duo products, sign me up. So this is also not on the bingo card, but I feel passionate to talk about it. This is those fucking beauty blender brushes. These beauty blender brushes to me are so overpriced and seem super gimmicky. So the concept is that for some of the brushes, one side has a kind of roller ball thing that's supposed to help cool and depuff your under eyes. That concept on a concealer brush would be like perfect. That's all you need. Just do it on one brush. To do it on 3 brushes and then not on 2 and then have the audacity to charge $60 for a face brush when you're not Hakuhodo or Chikuhodo or Gwen Goss. No. I mean, why am I surprised when it's a brand that charges $20 for a sponge? But I'm surprised in a, like, what are you smoking over there? Can you share? I'll take some. So the next product up is the Fume times Juvia Place collab. And I'm not super familiar with Fume. I've watched a couple of her videos, including her launch for this collaboration, and she just seems so passionate and so lovely. She seems like a lovable and sweet human being and seems very passionate about what she's created. Do I think I'm super inspired to pick this specific collection up? I'm not, but I appreciate that she did something that is being marketed as a multitasking palette. So the collaboration is a 6-pan palette and 2 lip glosses. It looks like it's the same size as their normal blush palettes, which I do have one here. So it's a larger pan, but it's also like the traditional Juvia's Place size eyeshadow pan. I like the concept of her collaboration as a multitasking palette because realistically, almost any eyeshadow you have can be used as a highlighter or as a blush. I think that creating a palette that you're specifically kind of promoting as multitasking, it's a little marketing gimmicky, but it's also very smart because I think that for people that are a bit intimidated by color or just intimidated by makeup in total, they might pick this up and be a little bit more playful with their makeup and realize that, like, oh, I could try a hot pink blush on my face, or I could try that highlighter that I didn't think I liked on my face, on my eyes, because if it works for Fumi's palette, like, maybe it'll work for another one that I have. So I think as just a education factor for makeup, I think it's a cool idea. I just want to say Tina, the Fancy Face, has made a couple of videos talking about the Juvia's Place drama, and her most recent video, she touched on it again, and her perspective on things really helped me just kind of just chill a little. If you're still unsure, or if you're feeling like heated on canceling this brand, just go watch her video and see if maybe it helped reframe things. Okay, so the next one up is the ABH Liquid Eyeliner. I don't really care. I mean, yeah, I don't care. This is an eyeliner that's $18. The only reason I'm interested in this product is because I want to see if this eyeliner could hit holy grail status for those that love the Kat Von D eyeliner. I was actually talking about liquid eyeliner to a friend of mine, and you know, she uses Kat Von D. She got it as a free gift, and you know, she's not a huge makeup junkie, and I kind of deferred right into like, oh, she's a terrible person, like I don't really like her. And I'd rather be able to say, hey, I heard that this brand is also doing a great liquid liner, like you should try them. So that's the only reason why I'm excited about it, but I don't use liquid liner. My drink is looking lonely and sweaty, so I'm gonna take a drink even though I didn't get a spot in the card. Oh my God. Is it... So the next thing up we have is the Drybar It Cosmetics collaboration. This is the Lash Blowout All Day Lift and Salon Volume Mascara. And it's in this packaging that looks like a roller brush, but the packaging does absolutely nothing for the mascara. And the mascara is absolutely not related to Drybar in any way, shape, or form. It just... Okay, take a breath, Emily. So this is being launched on QVC, which is totally fine. That's, I think, where It Cosmetics got their start. Cool. They are releasing 2 packs. So you have to buy 2 mascaras and spend $30 on a mascara you've never used before, and that is in collaboration with a brand that is not at all related to your eyes. The whole thing is just so gimmicky to me. This in particular just feels like such a reach. Like you must have hurt yourself reaching that hard. If they had released something like, okay, here's an idea that you can steal from me, I don't care. A 2-pack of a mascara and a heated eyelash curler, I would have given them props on that, because if it's a heated eyelash curler, you can relate it to like, it's like a curling wand for your eyelashes, and that seems related to Drybar. This just gimmicky packaging and having to buy two when you don't know if you even like the mascara, like, go fuck yourself. Like, get out of here. And I'm gonna give that one to a collab with somebody that is not known for their makeup, because fuck if Drybar is known for their makeup. Ooh, getting heated. Gotta cool myself off. I know mouth noises aren't gross, so I apologize if any of this video is gross. I'm trying not to make those noises, but it's challenging with a cold, refreshing beverage. So the next image that we're working off of is a couple of products being sneak peeked by Makeup Revolution. So we have a couple of different tonics. We have a rose tonic, a caffeine tonic, and then a CBD tonic. I need to add CBD products to the bingo card because that's a common thing that I don't have on there. The other thing, they are sneak peeking a conceal and hydrate foundation. I'm a little, again, I'm not a big drugstore skincare buyer, so I don't know how Makeup Revolution skincare is. I'm giving this the makeup brand making skincare. I don't think about skincare when I think of Makeup Revolution, and I feel like I don't trust the skincare unless I were to see a bunch of positive reviews from people that have used it for a long period of time. I do love the thought of more tonics being on the market, or, I mean, when I think of tonic, I think of essence or toner. Actually, that's an odd choice of words, tonic. I didn't catch that. But I like that concept because I think it's an easy step to add to your skincare routine that can add like hydration to your skin without maybe a heavy layer. So I'm not mad at the trend so much, but I don't really trust their skincare to do much of anything to my skin. So the next product up is this Glamlight paint palette. Yes, the new paint collection. So I feel like I'm just repeating beauty news. Glamlight is like smoking their own shit. They are so up their own asshole with this. Like, they talk about this like it's the most revolutionary palette that's ever been in existence, and I just don't agree. Like, it's a rainbow palette and you're charging $45 for this rainbow palette. No, like, this eyeshadow palette, 12 intensely pigmented mattes, 5 ultra dazzling shimmers, 1 amazing white gold duochrome, all oversized shadows with 36 grams of product, $45. It's 1.5 grams in a pan. That's the standard size. It's not oversized. Maybe you made them larger and thinner, but that's a pretty standard size shadow. So besides the fact that it's just another rainbow palette and it has some slight variations of color, but it's still pretty much a rainbow palette, I can't like get into this super like up your own asshole branding. I'll be honest, I still want the burger palette. I still think the burger palette has some colors in there that I would like die for based on what I've seen, you know, real people that review makeup using it. But I'm extra nervous to buy from this brand because I feel like they're so self-absorbed. And that's, I don't want to give my money to those kinds of brands. And I'm sure I'm already giving my money to those kind of brands. But like, that's a brand that like I haven't bought from before, and I haven't broke the seal on that brand, and I'm okay with that, and I just want to stay that way for now. But for another rainbow palette, after all that, I realized I already gave another rainbow palette to KoolAid makeup. Okay, well, whatever. I'm just a little bit more drunk. So here's a set of releases where the packaging just... I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed at how much the packaging gets to me. This is the Pure Barbie collection. I don't really like Pure. I've gotten like one of their palettes in a BoxyCharm and it was so terrible. And everyone that reviews BoxyCharm reviews tends to not like their palettes, or a lot of people don't. But this Barbie release, which is, it's an eyeshadow palette that's $34. It's lipsticks that are $18 each. It's a gloss that's $16. It's a highlighter that's $25. Lashes that are $14. A complexion brush that's $26. And a peel-off mask that's a glitter mask. So the palette doesn't interest me. Not feeling it. But like the glittery millennial pink lipstick packaging draws me in. I'm going to give Pure just a little bit of props on doing a Barbie collection that feels like it's for adults and not something that feels like kids makeup. And I'm just gonna say that, like, whatever Miss Jaclyn Hill was trying to do with her lipsticks, Pure has done with that packaging so much nicer. Oh, yay! A little indie shout out. So this is the Davina Cosmetics Butterfly Multichromes. So the one thing that I can't tell with this post is if these are new or if they are... I think the Butterfly Multichromes may be the first multichromes that Davina released. And then in the last couple months, they had their Galaxy Dust and their Candy Exploders multichromes. And I think they are restocking these Butterfly multichromes. I just have to say, like, shout out to all the indie brands doing multichromes. I do have them on the bingo card because pressed multichromes are way to my heart. I still, the Cleona stained glass collection, like that is still like top of my wish list, like dream collection. But I'm happy to see Davina release more stuff because I think that they're doing the like multi-chrome stuff at a pretty good price point in a very pretty way. So the next one up is another one that's not on the bingo card, but it's very popular, is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Foundation release. They're not doing matte, they're doing luminous, they're doing dewy, they're doing 50 shades. All of those things definitely sound exciting to me. I'll give them that. The thing that I'm confused about is their packaging. So the packaging that we see in this Trend Mood picture, that's one side of the bottle. And another side has like the traditional ABH font and description. But I guess I'm confused as to why they would put this big foundation on their bottle if it's not the main point of the packaging. The thing I see with ABH is like with this foundation, with their liquid eyeliner, with their loose powder, I see them diversifying their line, and that's pretty cool because I think that if they were to build out their line a little bit more, I think they could really kind of corner the market even more than what they already have. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little extra slurry with my words thanks to the vodka, but that's the ABH Foundation. Don't love the packaging, but cool release, bro. So the next picture up, we're just gonna kind of roll right through this. This is a looks like it could be a concealer or contour stick from Juvia's Place. Okay. I'm surprised that more brands have not kind of copied the Fenty style matchsticks. It's not my cup of tea in terms of a makeup product, but it's not shocking to see other brands release it. This is another case of like, you know, Juvia's Place expanding their line to be a more comprehensive makeup line. Like, I'm not hating on that by any means. I think that that's a great next step for a business. Okay, so the next up is this second collaboration with Becky G and ColourPop. This is a quad of Super Shock Shadows. Those three words are hard to say together. Super Shock Shadows with Becky G. They're pretty colors. I wish that they had brought the colorful box packaging with the Super Shock Shadows. And then it looks like there's some lip glosses too. None of this inspires me so much. Oh, wait. I just realized. Ooh. It's a ColourPop release, so I can fill that spot in my bingo card. I'm actually really excited that I got this one. Miss Kat Von Diphtheria. So this is 6 new colors for her studded lipsticks. If you don't know of the indie makeup brand that goes by the name of Necromancy Cosmetica, you should go look them up. If you're interested in interesting toned lipsticks, you should buy from them. These colors, this collection feels like a direct copy of that brand. And this is not confirmed, but the rumor that I will spread from other people in the makeup community is that, and you can call me a rumor monger or something, I don't care. I've heard that the KBD brand is deleting comments on her post about this lipstick referring to Necromancy Cosmetica. I cannot confirm that. I am not a commentary or drama channel. I do love them though. I'm not ashamed to say that. But I really feel like this specific release of colors is directly like pulling from that other brand. I'm super interested in like interesting color bullet lipsticks coming to the market, but honestly this just reminded me that I should buy from Necromancy. So the next product we have up is a palette from a brand called Do Color. So the picture that was released, it's this red palette, but it doesn't really feel red to me. It feels neutral, warm toned. I mean, it's not really neutral, but it does feel warm toned with maybe a pop of red. I'm to be honest, I'm confused by the color palette that's there. Does it match the picture of the ruby or stone that's above it? No, not even really. And the other thing is that like I've heard that Do Color is just a kind of private label brand where they're just picking colors from an existing private label and putting it together. I think it's one thing to be like a dupe brand and do like inspired palettes duped off of the Huda Beauty gemstone palettes, but I don't know. This whole thing just feels very late and very old and not really inspired. I know we already talked about ColourPop, but this strawberry release, this strawberry palette is what Lunar Beauty's Strawberry Dreams palette should have been. The Lunar Beauty outside packaging of that palette it's so aesthetic and it's so enticing, and if the inside looked like what the strawberry palette looks like, the strawberry shake palette, man, you might have my money. But it doesn't. I'm torn on ColourPop. I really am, because I feel like they are the fast fashion of beauty, and I think that they are releasing things super fast, like beyond what I thought fast releases were. Like their orange palette was also in our mix of photos to talk about. They released these 2 palettes within a week of each other. So that like just feels overwhelming to me, but the color scheme in the strawberry palette is very pretty. I wish it had been slightly more cool toned. Like if you would combine the Ooh La La palette and the Strawberry Shake palette and done something like that, sign me up. I think the other thing that's tough with these ColourPop releases, it's not just an eyeshadow palette. It's Board Beauty skincare. It's super shock shadows. It's tinted lip balms. It's liquid lipsticks and lip glosses and pressed powder blushes. And it's just so much product. So even though I've already talked about ColourPop, this actually fits the another food release square of the bingo card. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the speed in which ColourPop has been releasing products, and that's been a constant criticism for months and months and months, but I feel like it's only getting worse. So the next product up is this sneak peek of a Jackie Aina and ABH collaboration. There have been a lot of photos that have been filtered around the web in the last week of pictures of the actual palette. I'm not going to show that. I'm just showing what Jackie Aina posted on her Instagram. So to me, it reads like a half neutral, half colorful palette, but it also kind of reads like a boring neutral palette. It's slightly more interesting than Norvina, but it still feels like it's like a half and half palette at most. So because I'm also been recording for an hour and a half, and I feel like you've probably heard enough of my shit, I'm going to let that be my bingo maker and give that the half neutral, half colorful palette spot, and go ahead and finish off my drink.
That's a good bingo. Congratulations.
I'm glad I made the perfect amount of beverage. So that was New Makeup Nonsense Bingo number 2. If there are any new releases that you want to hear my opinion about that I did not talk about in this video, feel free to leave them in the comments. I can make sure to include them in the next roundup. I can't guarantee, but I think we're going to do this about every 2 weeks, depending on the frequency of releases that either interest us or make us laugh and how ridiculous they are. But I hope that I was entertaining or informative, or you enjoyed hearing my 2 cents on things. Definitely check out Theresa's channel. She is amazing, and I just am so happy to be doing these videos with her. Thank you again for spending a bit of your day with me. I hope to see you again real soon. Bye, friends.